Hey everyone! Today's video is a bit of a different one. It's something that I haven't really talked about before because my mindset has completely changed on it. I decided to do a video about it because I thought it would be really interesting. And it's almost like controversial in a way. Like, I know that some of you might not understand and that's okay. Cunt. But I think once you've heard me explain, I think then you'll start to understand a bit more. So I'm going to be talking about why I don't want my Tourette's to be medicated. I don't want to take any medication for my Tourette's. Cunt! I thought I'd just take the time to talk about it and explain to you why. And just keep you all updated with what's going on. When my Tourette's first got severe, people would comment on my TikTok saying things like, if there was a magic pill that you could take that would just take away your Tourette's, would you take it? Because there's no cure. Fuck you! And I always said, yes, absolutely. Like that, you know, in a heartbeat, I would take it. I want it gone. I've tried 2 medications for my Tourette's now, and you might be thinking that's not many, you should give others a chance, but just let me explain. Can't. I'm not going to say specifically which medications they were, because this video is not to put anyone off trying medication for their Tourette's. That is not what I want to do at all, because everyone reacts differently, everyone has different opinions. This is just my opinion for my body and my health. Cunt! So the first medication I tried, I ended up only staying on it for 4 days because the side effects were so great that it was making me almost pass out, like, all the time. Cunt! The medication I was on was also used for people with high blood pressure to try and bring it down. Cunt! But I have naturally low blood pressure, so I get very dizzy when I stand up. And when I was on this medication, it lowered my blood pressure so much that I was almost like passing out every time I stood up from just bending down the slightest. And I was just so dizzy, and I told this to the doctors and they were like, yeah, we need to take you off it. Fuck you! So I was only on that one for like 3 or 4 days at the most. Cunt! Hey! And then more recently I tried a second medication. Fuck you, don't talk to me! Wait! And the first night I took it I was really tired. The fatigue hit me so hard the first night, but then my body did adjust to it. So this medication I was on for about 3 weeks. Fuck you! Which obviously is a good sign that it went a lot better than the first one. Hey! I don't know if I noticed a massive difference in my tics. I did it first, definitely. Yeah, my well, that was so loud. Hey! I definitely noticed a difference at first. I don't know if it was the fatigue, like the tiredness, made my Tourette's really calm at first, you know, for the first few days. And then my body adjusted, and then my tics started ramping up a bit again. Hey! Sort of going back to normal. Fuck you, cunt. Hey! But after not that long, I started noticing other side effects. Hey! I started noticing that my face would spasm, and it wasn't a tic, it was a spasm. The muscles would spasm. Hey, cunt, stop saying spasm. You said it so many times. That's me told. Fuck you, non-identical twin! You suck! So, a lot of the time, I didn't know where my face felt normal, if that makes sense. Because we all have like a normal resting face. Hey! But I didn't know what mine was, and my muscles would spasm. Fuck you, said it again. My lips especially would go like that a lot, and it just felt really weird. Which isn't the worst thing, you know, I could deal with that, but for me the worst side effect was the restlessness. And I feel like that is putting it lightly. For me it was so severe, I couldn't even sit through a television program anymore. Hey! So me and my mum tried to watch a movie. It was a movie about Tourette's actually, the guy had Tourette's. Fuck you! And I couldn't get through the whole movie. The whole movie I was rocking, I was fidgeting, I could not sit still. I was pretty much on the edge of the sofa. I started moving my legs around. I was getting up, going to the kitchen a lot, getting a drink, coming back. Then I'd be like, oh, actually, I fancy something else. You know, just generally wandering around. Oh, maybe I'll get a ball for Teddy while we're watching the movie. And I just couldn't get through the whole movie. Cunt! You say things too much. And my mum was like, do some stretching, babe, like do something. Wait, fuck you. So I ended up doing some, you know, like some gymnastics, some stretching to try and help this feeling. Cunt! And it was just horrible because it wasn't just the feeling fidgety and restlessness, it was, I felt bored constantly, like no activity that I was doing was enough to keep me focused. Fuck you! The one thing I found that did help was doing my art. So I was on this medication when I was in Scotland. Hey! Last week. Fuck you! If you haven't seen my last video, it's a whole vlog of my entire week. So I recommend you watch that. It's a full 23 minutes, I think. One of my longest YouTube videos anyway. But the whole time I was in Scotland I was on this medication, and Peter, my boyfriend, was with me, and I told him about this side effect, so he did understand when I was restless that it was because of the medication. Fuck you! He went on some walks with me when I was feeling restlessness. He was just amazing about it. Cut! He was just so understanding and so good about it, because there were times when I would be wandering around the living room and everyone else was sitting down and they'd be like, are you okay? Hey, hey, hey! And I'd be like, I got that feeling again. And that was the worst part of it for me. That was the worst side effect for me anyway. There was another part of being on medication that was even worse for me, and this is probably going to take a lot of you by surprise, but I didn't like not ticking. Hey, 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 hey! That is going to sound so weird, and I don't know if many of you will understand this, but I will try and talk about it a bit more and try and help you understand and maybe put yourself in my shoes. Hey, hey, hey! So, my body has been doing involuntary things for 7 years now, and when I don't tick, I feel weird. Hey, hey, hey! I'm so used to moving and making noises that when I don't tick, I don't feel like me. Hey, hey, hey! Which, I don't know, maybe it is a bit controversial, but that's just how I feel. I'm sure some people love not ticking. Me, personally, I don't. Hey! For long periods of times anyway. So in the very early days of the medication, that's when my tics were at their calmest, and I didn't like it because I would go for a whole day without ticking very much. If I went an hour without ticking much, that's fine. I can sometimes do that anyway, if I'm really focused or really relaxed. But going a whole day with barely any tics, I absolutely hated it. I didn't feel like myself. I felt odd. Hey! I felt like someone else. I didn't feel like Evie, and it didn't feel nice. Hey! Wait! My body, it might sound a bit sad, but my body is so used to moving. It's so used to the signals misfiring in my brain that when they're not misfiring, it feels weird. Hey! God! Ooh. And that is why I don't want my Tourette's to be medicated anymore. Some of you might say, try a few more medications, but I'm sorry, I just can't. I don't like not ticking. It's not that I like my Tourette's, because I don't particularly like it. It's just that I'm so used to it that I don't like being without it. Fuck you! I do get a lot of comments about marijuana and CBD. CBD is different because you don't really get the same side effects as you would from, you know, prescription medication that is really strong, because Tourette's medication is really strong. So the last tablet that I was on, the second medication, I only came off it like 2 days ago, so I've only been off it for 2 days at the most. Fuck you! It was literally this big. I don't even know if you can see that. It was absolutely tiny, but it was so strong. Fuck you! Hey, hey, hey! I have tried CBD before. Maybe it was the wrong strength, maybe it was the wrong company, I don't know, but it didn't do anything for me personally. Hey, 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 hey! Maybe I'll try it again in the future. Fuck you! But I don't like my Tourette's being calm. I just don't like it. Whee! However, having a tic attack is totally different. We have emergency medication for tic attacks and really severe tic days. Fuck you! I know you're probably thinking about the videos where I'm really severe, I'm screaming. you know, my motor tics are really bad, and you're probably thinking, how can you not want that medicated? I just don't want to be medicated all the time. So like, obviously with my other medications, I was taking them every day, like twice a day, 3 times a day, whatever. Fuck you, fuck. Whereas my emergency medication, I just take it whenever I need it, which isn't, it's addictive, this medication. Again, I'm not going to say the name. It is addictive and it is strong, so I can't take it very often. I don't even take it for every tic attack I have, just the really violent ones that just go on and on and on. They can be intervened with medication. Fuck you! But again, that's totally different. Fuck! So I hope that's helped you understand a bit more. I just wanted to talk about it because it's really controversial, I think, and I haven't really seen anyone else talk about it before. But yeah, it does sound weird, but it's just how I feel. Fuck you! I know what's right for my body, and this is my choice, so please respect that in the comments. I don't want any sort of argumentative comments, please. This is my body, my brain, my choice. Hey! Hey! But yeah, I think that's everything on that topic. I hope everyone is doing okay. Hey! I hope you enjoyed listening to this video. Maybe leave a comment about your opinion. I guess it's hard to understand if you don't have Tourette's, but I'm sure I'm gonna send this to some of my friends with Tourette's after this and see what they think. So if they were watching this, I love you so much. You have no idea how much you helped me by just existing, because I don't feel alone. Hey! And I know I'm not the only person whose body and whose brain makes them do weird things. Cut! No! Thank you so much. That's a laughing tick, not actually me laughing. It's really creepy, it creeps me out. Fuck you. But thank you so much for watching. Hi. Stick around and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Bitch. Don't come back to my channel. Woo!